Ladies and gentlemen, some brand new reward apps have hit the market, but are they even worth the time and effort? Let's find out together. Hope you enjoy. First up, we have Merge Blasters. And this is what it looks like when you first launch it up. Top of the screen, you have your in-game balance of coins, as well as your Satoshi currency, and the leveling bar. You see everyone, I know there's a lot going on right now, obviously on the screen, but the whole concept is to create your little cannons, merge them together to make bigger ones, and then you fire out the little multiplications at the top of the screen. All in all, it's a very straightforward style of game, and at the bottom of the screen, you'll find your upgrades. Now, when you do eventually complete a level, you'll be greeted with the victory message, and at this point, you can actually claim extra gold coins if you watch an advertisement by landing on a specific multiplier. You'll always find these type of setups in these little play-to-earn style of apps. Of course, with the upgrades, you can make your cannons fire faster, purchase new cannons to merge together, and increase overall gold collection. To merge a cannon, all you do is literally pick it up and then place it on top of the other one. Very easy to understand. So that's really all there is to it, okay? Now let me just break down how my tests went for today's video. I, of course, started off with 0 Satoshi in the balance, and at level 1, I played for 10 minutes and managed to generate 28 Satoshi. Now that's actually pretty fast for an app like this. Now to be fair, that's really nothing at all, which you'll see in a moment, because I continued the test and I generated another 64 Satoshi in 1 hour. In my opinion and experience, when you're watching ads over and over again, the apps end up giving diminishing returns for the day, so that's not too uncommon. So in total, everyone, for an hour and 10 minutes of time, I generated 92 Satoshis, which I did redeem, by the way, and I am happy to say, both of those withdrawals hit my Zebedee wallet straight away. And if you're wondering what that actually converted into, the first one was 2 cents worth of USD currency, the second one was 4 cents worth of USD. Now, in my opinion, that's definitely not worth the time and effort, but the thing is, this is why I do the reviews. You guys can do whatever you want with the information, okay? People like stacking up the Satoshis with these apps, which is completely fine. All in all, though, it's a very basic play-to-earn style of app. I don't really have any problems with it at the moment. It would be nice if these play-to-earn style of apps did copy Just Play's pay scale, but I don't think that's realistic because of how big Just Play actually is. Either way, let's move on to the next app. Next up, we have an app called Cash Play. So this is what Cash Play looks like when you launch it up. Top of the screen, you have your in-game currency of cash, you have your 2-hour timer, and supposed PayPal currency. Now, the whole goal of Cash Play is to try and destroy the sea creatures, essentially, for the in-game currency. You'll see here, everyone, at the top of the screen, you have your level, of course, your balance, and then you have a ship with the 3 lives. Now, you'll notice at the bottom of the screen, you have your cash creature. So just simply tapping the screen will fire bullets at it, and then that's all there is really to it. Now, the most frustrating thing is that ads are going to appear every single minute or so get ready for that. Once you've completed a level though, you then get the option to watch an advertisement to ×2 the in-game currency that you generated from beating that level. What I will say as well is that even if you don't want to watch the ad, it's going to force it anyway, everyone, so be prepared for that. You, of course, have to avoid hitting the spiked barrier. Pretty common sense. But each level should generally take between like 10 seconds to 15 seconds, if that. Again, a very straightforward process, really just built around watching advertisements, in my opinion. Now, there is actually a bonus prize area as well. I'm sure you guys have seen this kind of system before. Essentially, you have the choice of watching advertisements on demand so that you can get that in-game currency in return. They also have a little slot system. Let's spin that now, and an ad prompt anyway. And realistically, that is all there is to it, everyone. Again, I told you, very, very straightforward. So let me just break down how my test went. I started off today's test with 59 of the in-game cash in the balance and 2 hours left on the timer. I played for around an hour and 14 minutes and generated 9,981 of the in-game currency. That converted into 12 cents worth of USD, everyone, which was actually a little bit on the higher end for these type of apps, so that was nice, but again, really not that much. Either way, I did another test with 2 hours on the timer, generated 10,543 of the currency in only 32 minutes this time around. Again, kind of highlighting here how each run is going to be completely different to the amount of currency you might get. Once that timer ran out, I was only given 5 cents worth of USD, which was pretty disappointing, but again, kind of makes sense given the time. What I will say though, everyone, is that yes, I cashed out a total of 17 cents worth of USD currency to my PayPal account, and I was paid both times without any issues straight away, at least in my experience here in Australia. So that was excellent to see. Now granted, does that mean it's actually worth the time and effort? I think it's completely up to yourself. To me, no, here in Australia anyway, but you do whatever you want. That's my review on cash play, everyone. Fingers crossed they actually increase the rates as time goes on. It's looking pretty rough this year so far, which is a bit disappointing. I'm really hoping for some heavy hitters this year. Either way, let's move on. Just quickly, everyone, please don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe if you enjoy these app reviews. I really do appreciate you all watching. Thank you so much. Next up, we have Domino Cash. Yet again, everyone, another one of these play-to-earn style of applications. This is what it looks like. Top of the screen, you have your coin-based currency, your gem-based currency, a 3-hour timer, and supposed PayPal currency. Now, underneath that, you have all the various ways that you can actually get extra gems, whether it be a chest-based system, daily login system, or of course the different prizes there of categories of mini, mine, and grand. So the game itself runs on a level system as well, so obviously you go through different levels by playing dominoes. So all you need to do is match the dominoes from the bottom of the screen to the ones that are on the field. So let's do this one here, done. Then we have the single green one. Let's do that one. And now if you make a mistake, you can actually use one of the abilities, which is the backwards arrow, to take your turn again. And then we can continue playing, obviously. I actually really do like the graphics in this game, everyone. It even features its own set of mini games as well, which of course all lead to ads. There's another prompt. So after completing the scratchy here, you'll notice it states that I've won 90 of the gems, and I can claim 100% if I watch the ad, or only 50%, which will play an ad anyway. Again, one of those systems. Now, if you're not interested in the domino side, they also do have that bonus reward system as well, where again, you can watch advertisements, do the daily streaks, and even flip cards for rewards for the in-game gems. So now you know all of that, let me just break down how my test went. I of course started the test off with 0 gems in the balance and 2 hours and 44 minutes on the timer. I played for around an hour and 20 minutes straight and generated 9,600 of the gems. That converted into only 5 cents worth of USD. I am happy to say though that yes, I did withdraw the 5 cents and it did arrive within about 2 minutes or so to my PayPal account here in Australia in my experience. So there you have it, everyone. You see, to me, these style of apps would be pretty good if you're like phone farming or something, for instance, like you had 10 phones using them all at once. But if you're only doing it one at a time, I just really don't see the point right now, at least in my country. But either way, that's my review on Domino Cash. These apps really do have potential though, and the thing is, everyone, instead of like 5 cents per hour, it'd be nice if they gave like 30 cents per hour if possible. But I don't think we're going to see that anytime soon. Next up, we have Cash Hole. So again, another one of these play-to-earn style of applications, everyone. And I have to say, they're not too bad from like a game point of view. So that is nice. And this is what it looks like when you launch it up. Top of the screen, you have your currencies. Now, the only currency you're going to care about is the cash-based one, in my opinion. Which you can see here, there are various cash-out thresholds. So we have one for 10 cents USD for 100,000 of the cash-based currency. Then it goes to 50 cents for 500k, $1 for $1 million, and $5 for 5 million. Now, each of these has a daily limit or weekly limit. So a little bit different than the diamond-based and gem-based currency we're used to dealing with. Now, obviously at the top of the screen, you have your goal and your level timer. So we have to try and collect all of those objects, of course, before the timer runs out. Bottom of the screen as well, we have upgrades for our little character. So I want to increase the size and I want to increase the time. And now all we do at this point is literally start collecting everything, everyone. As you can see, you start to grow straight away when you absorb or suck in those objects. You'll notice here that little treasure chest that's collecting cash the more we're playing here, as well as, of course, the in-game coins going up as well. Now, when the time actually runs out, you can watch an ad to continue. And I think this is what the developers obviously want. Then they give a fraction of the ad revenue back to you, in my opinion. Funny thing is, though, if you press skip, it plays an ad anyway. Now, after that, you can claim the currency that you actually just absorbed. You can see here they've got 2,173 of that in-game cash. I can watch an ad to get more if I want to, or just take it. The only other thing would be that you can watch ads for specific boosts if you have a certain level. So now it's literally rinse and repeat. You upgrade the little character and you continue playing to try and complete the level while collecting that currency. So let me just break down how my test went, everyone, okay? Because there's nothing really else to show you here. I started my test off with 0 of the cash-based currency. I played for around 30 minutes straight and generated 33,000 of the in-game currency, which for 10,000 of that cash-based currency, I was able to withdraw 1 cent worth of USD. And yes, everyone, it did arrive straight away. Which, breaking that down, that wasn't even a cent per 10 minutes of playing, which was pretty rough. In fact, probably the lowest we've seen in a while, but maybe in your own country, it might do a lot better. So if you were to go around watching all the advertisements, I'm sure you can probably generate a little bit more than I did in that time span, but your time's the most precious thing, everyone, so you just gotta be careful with it, okay? So that's my review on Cash Hole. Check out my channel for almost 1,000 reviews. I'll catch you all next time. Stay safe out there.